Actually, we're live, but there was a joke when I was doing manga videos that I was the most racist manga tuber doing videos. So every time someone would do a stream, they'd be like, "Oh, it's racist Flip," and whoever else is with me. Well, tonight we're talking about the Raid movies, which you muted your mic. I can't hear you. Oh, your headset died? We're good? We're good? All right. So now, did you make your wife watch these with you? We're having technical difficulties, guys. Bear with us. Dustin Lewis, what's going on, buddy? All right. Is everything good?
Yes. Although no, but also yes.
Did you make your wife watch these?
She willingly watched them.
My wife she only watched 2 with me, and she was like, "How much fucking longer does this movie have?" But we will get into that in a second. Do you have any pickups?
The only things that I can share for this week, I finally got some old pre-ordered Arrow stuff that came in together. So I'm finally on your level and just got Blind Beast in.
Nice.
And then the other one that just released that I am super excited because I still have never seen this, Tale of Two Sisters.
Nice. Isn't that a beautiful slipcover?
It really is. And my wife is also really wanting to watch this one. So
I have no pickups this week. But I did watch. Do you have any watches that you want to talk about? Like some notable things that you.
Is Letterboxd back up?
Yes, it is. I watched because I didn't realize, but the movie Kate's coming out this coming Friday. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's got Mary Elizabeth Winstead? How do you?
Yeah, I think so.
It's got her. But the studio that produced it is 8711 or 87 North, which is what's going on, Darth Pin, which is the same production company that does John Wick, Nobody. It's founded by Chad Stahelski. So I'm interested. The critical reviews have been like 2 out of 10s, like panning the shit out of it. But then a couple people that I follow on Letterboxd that are like action movie critics, they're like, it's the best action movie. It's the best surprise of the year.
Like,
interesting. Really caught us off guard. The negatives seem to be that it's too like the story is just generic and cliche, which for an action movie, that's fine with me.
Try these one more time. Sorry.
But the plot sounds like it's from Crank. It's about she's a hitman, she gets poisoned, and she has 24 hours to live, and she has to go kill some Yakuza boss. But I heard the action's really good. I heard she's a really great lead. So I ended up watching a bunch of female-centric action movies this last week. Nice. Started with Gunpowder Milkshake, and holy fuck is that movie awful. That movie is a garbage bag. And I wish I liked it. And who's the lead in that? I got to click on who. Karen Gillan, who's in Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, and she's in Jumanji. I'm sorry, but yeah, and the Bandmaid makes an appearance in Kate, which is awesome. But she can't act. She can't act at all. She's a terrible actress. The action in this movie felt super rehearsed. Like the first major fight, she's in a bowling alley, and she literally like will punch a guy, and then she like real slowly like scoots backwards, so the guy like bonks another dude on the head. And it's like, it's very Three Stooges. I did not like it at all. And then the writing was cringy. Like I very rarely cringe at stuff, but she's at a diner, which is, it takes aspects of so many different movies. Kill Bill, John Wick, and their version of the Continental is like this, this diner. And she's sitting there, and a Russian guy appears, and he's like, "Hey, baby girl," and she goes, "Mommy told me not to talk to strangers," like just like that. And I was like, "Oh, this is how it's going to be the entire time." And I'm sad because they had a great cast: Angela Bassett, Michelle Yeoh, Lena Headey, just Paul Giamatti's in it. They had a great cast that they wasted on this movie. And I was like, man, the script sounds like it's not written by a native English speaker, and it's not. It was written by an Israeli guy, and it's directed by a Israeli guy, and they try to get over that with like the super neon look to it, and like the last fight where Michelle Yeoh has a fucking Gatling gun in the back of a van is cool, but the rest of it's bad. And then I watched Jolt. Have you seen Jolt?
I've never even heard of Jolt. I don't think.
Got Kate Beckinsale. It's an Amazon exclusive.
That's probably why I don't stream a whole lot.
Awful, like just god awful. Like I didn't even log it because I was like, I don't know what to say. I literally thought it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. And then I watched Old Guard with
Is that Charlize Theron?
Yeah, Charlize Theron. And here's the thing, I don't hate all women, but Charlize Theron, she sells the fights in that movie. Like you feel like she gets hurt.
She's Furiosa. She's badass.
And especially in Atomic Blonde, man, that fight in Atomic Blonde where she fights those two dudes. It felt real. And in this movie, it's about these group of assassins who can't die. They're immortal. And the first showing of that, it shows them just get shot down, like gunned down by like machine guns. And you see like it hurt them, and then they die, and then they come back, and you can tell that they're like in pain from it. But that was a decent movie. And then I just finished today. This is kind of embarrassing. Do you ever watch a movie and go, man, that was kind of fun, I really enjoyed that? And then you look at the reviews and they're abysmal, and you're like, whoa, maybe I am just a shitty person and have a shitty taste. Has that ever happened to
you? Most of the time that it happens, it's the opposite. It's everybody raving about a movie, and I'm like, man, I just wasted 2 hours of my life. And yeah, that's always off-putting.
Like Stalker, like with me and but I watched Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I was like, man, this is just a stupid fun action movie. The editing is terrible, like just quick cut. But for some reason I liked it, and then I was like, cool, I'm gonna see what the reviews are, and then the reviews are just abysmal, and I'm like, am I stupid? I feel like I'm a piece of shit now.
Definitely done that a few times, but the other way is certainly much more often. I also want to highlight your boy Dustin here saying he got Siege from Severin in the mail today. I don't remember if I mentioned this on your show last week. I did? Okay, because I knew I had that review coming up, but legitimately, for anybody that has never seen it, dude, Siege may be Severin's best title they've ever released.
You said that, and I was like, man, you said it's like Assault on Precinct 13.
Yes.
Which, Assault on Precinct 13. There's another movie, because doing research for The Raid, I came across an article called The Raid Exploitation, and it's like the movies that came directly after The Raid that were heavily influenced. And there's one called Buy Bust, which is a Filipino movie, and it's about cops attacking a building, and it's like, from what I understand, it's Assault on Precinct 13-esque with the violence of The Raid. So
interesting.
It's got decent reviews, so I'm gonna try to watch that tonight. Buy Bust. Hello, Ebert and Siskel. What's up? Zero every time, man. I hope that you're doing well too, buddy. Every time he's got a fucking zinger up his sleeve.
So yeah, everybody watch Siege. Other things that I finally watched this week that we have not gone over before. You've already talked about Deep Cover. I finally watched Deep Cover.
So good.
God damn, it's amazing. It stuck with me for days after watching it. Like, legitimately great acting, especially from Goldblum and Fishburne.
Goldblum's hot as fuck in that movie.
He is okay, but Fishburne is where it's at in that movie, man. He sells, like, I wanted to be like Fishburne's first bitch at that point, for sure.
You mean Larry?
Yeah, that was his last credited role as Larry.
It's such a good movie too, and I had never heard of it before it got picked up by Criterion.
Yeah, it was underground for quite some time. There was not any good releases.
And then who's the director of that? Because I remember looking at his filmography and being like, "Oh, that's all bad."
It's Bill Duke. It's not all bad, but let's see.
Sister Act 2.
That's what I was about to say. It's not all bad.
That's a bad movie, man.
I was giving you the sign.
The
There was
Cemetery Club?
there was something else that he did. The Killing Floor, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it
Yeah,
was not
Silent Four.
that bad. But I mean, that was also 1984 at this point.
See, I know Bill Duke as an actor. I know him as the creepy guy,
Right.
Andy. But man, that's actually a good movie. Eric says, I actually like Buy Bus mostly for the atmosphere and pacing, but the fighting isn't too good. And then he also said Jailbreak is another raid exploitation flick, pretty good. Jailbreak. I'm gonna add that to my list here.
Interesting.
Jailbreak, Jimmy Henderson, 2017. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. Yep, I was actually looking at this last night. But yeah, you want to go right into the raid?
Let's do it.
Okay, so do you want to do trivia first on the first raid movie?
Okay, so I thought we were going to hold out on that since
Well,
I'm
I was gonna wait at the end, but
let's do it.
I have like 2 questions per movie. Okay.
Okay.
After seeing the raid and seeing like how, because it's a great movie, and how much they were able to do, what do you think the budget of the film was?
Here's the hard part: is I know that it was very low. I
Extremely
don't.
low.
I don't remember how low. If and I did watch some of the special features, so I'm going to throw a number out there and just guess that a lot of this was done voluntary. I'm going to say
Probably
400 grand.
you're close. I mean, it was 1.1 million, which is
Okay.
still an abysmal.
400 would be impossible, but yes, 1.1 is very low.
So the way the Raid 1 got made is Gareth Evans actually wrote the script for the second movie first, but the budget, they couldn't get it. It was way too high. So one of the guys who invested said, hey, here's a number. If you can make a movie for that amount, let me know. And he wrote the Raid. What was Iko Uwais doing besides martial arts? Because he's been doing that his whole life. What was his day job before becoming an actor?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm going to, just looking at his build and some of the things they put into the story, I'm going to say something like farming.
He was the equivalent of a UPS driver in Indonesia. So he was just like a blue collar, just a hardworking guy doing martial arts. Same with Joe Taslim and Yun Mad Dog. They all had just normal jobs, and Gareth Evans comes in, and they all do this movie together, and they create magic. And then now one of them's fucking Sub-Zero. One of them's been in Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg, and he's been in Star Wars movies.
Which new favorite movie?
So what did you think of the first one? Because the first one is amazing. Like, it's a gut punch. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah. So Letterboxd speak, I gave the first raid 4 full stars. To quote my review, I said, so much fun, love the chaos and editing through the scenes. The Hong Kong influence is, that's a misspelling, is prevalent throughout. The realistic injuries and fast pace fits everything, just well done through and through. I loved the continuity that they had on some of the things. They had callbacks to earlier parts of the movie. The brutal injuries, like the wall scene, the tension of that scene is insane.
You're talking about when he breaks the door and then uses the guy's head. Oh, you're talking about the blade, the machete part
when he's hiding in the wall.
Oh man, that's straight out of a horror movie.
Yep.
And that's what I was telling you before you watch it. I'm like, this is a horror movie just with kung fu. Yep. Basically just martial arts in it. Who's your favorite character besides Rama?
In the first movie, I probably am gonna have to throw it to Mad Dog. That fight with him and the two brothers is insanity.
Oh man. So the thing that, to do a throwback to earlier when we're talking about Kate, the story in this movie is so simplistic.
It really is.
It's so simplistic, but it's there to serve a purpose for the action. Yep. And man, is it fucking awesome. And also, not like, I feel like people always talk about the action in this movie, but I think, which is the same guy that Gareth Evans has used throughout his entire career, the cinematography in this movie
it's really well done.
Amazing, especially that scene where the cops are at the bottom level and the lights go out and then they start shooting. Like, that's such a beautifully shot scene. man, but the first fight with Mad Dog, you see this guy who's probably like what 4'10", 4'11", going
I
against
mentioned to
Joe
my wife,
Taslim.
she was like, "That guy's huge." I was like, "No, he's like 5'5". We were
Yeah.
talking about one of the other fights, and she's like, "He is so much bigger than the rest." I was like, "I know. He might be able to start on like a middle school basketball team here."
But yeah, he's Joe Taslim is much bigger than him in the movie. Like he looks like just muscular size too. He's like
Right.
thicker, and Mad Dog owns him. And
Yeah.
he says, like, I don't want to use guns. It feels less personal. You know, like this feels but man, that introduction to Mad Dog is so damn good. And then I think, you know, a lot of action movies try to give you a 2v1 fight and
Of
they
course.
fail because it doesn't feel like it should be. Like it feels like two people should be able to take on one guy. But they
Right.
sell it here. And Mad Dog, even after getting stabbed in the neck with a light bulb, continues on and just destroys them. Like it's so fucking good. It all takes place in one building, essentially. There's some scenes in in a car or whatever, but what is your if you had to say top 3 favorite fights?
The Mad Dog fight for sure. The honestly, I probably the first Mad Dog fight because of the injuries that happened between him and the other guy that when they were in the little apartment by themselves. It is insane the visceral feeling that they're able to give you, and a lot of the things in the cinematography here that really got to me was very similar to how Kubrick filmed The Shining, because when he did the axe hitting the door from Jack, he went with the axe to make it look like it was hitting harder.
And Gareth
And they
does
do
that
so much in this movie, and
Yeah.
it does not pull away from it. You actually feel like it's happening with it. And yes, Eric just took the last one I was going to say. The drug lab fight was freaking incredible. The clouds of powder. Oh yeah.
So Gareth Evans, like his I feel like every great director has like a signature camera trick, and even though it's not original, Gareth
Yep.
does that with the action. He does it in The Raid 2, which we'll talk about in a little bit. He does it in Gangs of London, which I've shown you. That scene where he's on the roof and he drops down and the camera follows him. I fucking love that so much.
Just like the whole scene. Yeah.
It's such a nice touch. And then the drug lab room fight is just like you don't think this movie doesn't slow down. Once those shots are fired onto the cops, it
Yep.
is a nonstop adrenaline rush for the rest of the movie. And when I now so you just watched this for the first time, right?
First time ever.
So I had
And not only first time ever, I don't think I'd ever even seen a clip from either of the two movies.
Wow.
At all.
So I have a friend named Ryan who is not you. I have a friend named Ryan who is Filipino, and he worked at the restaurant since he was in high school. And it was probably like it was before the second one came out. So it's probably like a good year, maybe 2 years before the second one came out. And he goes, "Hey, you got to watch this movie." And I was like, I didn't want to watch it. And he goes, "No, trust me, it's one of the best action movies I've ever seen." So we watched it together. We were eating pizza, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then when the second one came out, it's one of those movies where I watched that trailer probably 100 times for the second movie because I was like, holy shit, there's a car chase in this one. It's even crazier. I was so excited that when the second one came out, me and Ryan drove like an hour and a half at some middle of nowhere movie theater that was playing it just to see it, and loved every second of it. So, do you want to go right into the second one?
Whatever you want to talk about, I'm more than down.
What do you think the budget is for the Raid 2? Just compared to the first one, the action is tenfold, like just insane.
It not knowing it because I know nothing about the second one, and I'm just thinking how successful the first one was. I'm gonna say like 15.
$4.5 million. They were able to get that done with $4.5 million, which is mind blowing because
beyond impressive.
Wick was $20 million, and that's considered a low budget Hollywood action movie. And I feel like the Raid 2, overshadows John Wick in the
Oh, yeah.
action department. So I do want to say something right away, Eric, I really hope you agree with me on this. I said this on Letterboxd. The action is obviously the draw for these movies,
For
but
sure.
Gareth Evans is such a massive fan of not only Hong Kong cinema, but he's also a fan of Kenji Fukasaku, Takeshi Kitano. And I feel like the story in the Raid 2 is like a perfect mix of both of those. I feel like it's just a perfect mix of Fukasaku's Yakuza films, Kitano's Violent Cop and all that stuff.
Right.
And I think the story is great. My wife was like a little confused, and I think that's everyone's first time viewing. Is
mine was too.
Hey, what's going on here? But once you really like watch it again and kind of dissect it, it's so damn good. But hang on, I got my mother called me, so I'll make sure everything's okay. You know, my parents are old, so go ahead and give your thoughts.
I'm going to open Tale of Two Sisters until you get back. Do a mini unboxing here. So Eric, I've never seen Tale of Two Sisters. You want to give me your elevator pitch for what I have to show my wife here? And like I said, she already has vocally said she wants to see this. So I know that I know that it's supposedly one of the more depraved movies, I guess we'll say, disturbing, that came out around that time. I am stoked on this one, though. I had the bare bones version that had come out, and we just somehow never got around to it, and I've been waiting for a better copy. And this is supposedly a great release of it.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. That was thrilling. My mother, being old, I had to make
everything okay. But
everything's good. She just asked me if I wanted pasta.
You're Italian.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. My mom knows I do a podcast, so she's like, "Tale of Two Sisters is a brain teaser. It's very cerebral, dramatic. It will take multiple viewings to understand everything. Patience is required." Okay, now let's not talk about dumb movies like Tales of Two Sisters. I just kidding. I love that movie. Let's talk about real manly movies like the Raid 2.
Okay, so Raid 2, and I'll do the same thing. I'll read exactly what I said on Letterboxd. And for the record, I did give this one a 4.5 compared to the first one got a 4. I said, even though I'd probably rather watch the first one again, this movie was incredible. The action alone is groundbreaking. The Hammer Girl was badass. Really loved the tension and colors used, not to mention that car chase.
So I said, regarding the car chase, I think this is the best recorded car chase since Ronin. I can't think of another action movie that has had a great car chase like that.
What about since this came out?
Since this came out, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of an action movie that has had like a. Also, do you like know that one take that they did?
Yeah.
There was a guy in the second seat dressed up as the passenger seat.
Yep.
It's so funny.
You know what's funny is I didn't know about the one take because I try to like not read anything about most of these until after I've watched it, and then I go back for the trivia and stuff. And we were watching it, and I was sitting there, and they got to the second car, and I was like, damn. And then it got past that part and got outside, and I was like, they still haven't cut. And my wife was like, what? And I said, okay, hold on. We rewound.
That's exactly what I did. Exactly what I did to my wife.
I said, watch from right here. And then they go from that the trailing camera that they had into that other view. And I went, the second car, somebody has to be dressed up as one of the seats. And you just can't tell. There's no other way they could have done this. And she said, I don't understand how you notice these things.
That's exactly what my wife said. Because at first I was like, babe, did you just see that? She was like, what? And I'm like, that was a one take. And she was like, okay. And I was like, all right, you have to watch this. And I explained to her what happened. And she still was kind of like, okay. Like, I think she was over it at that point because that movie is 2.5 hours.
It's a very long one compared to the first one.
It's so fucking worth it though. What's your 3 favorite fights? Because this one has noticeably more.
The top fight easily is the kitchen fight. Second fight is the hallway with Hammer Girl and I don't even know what you call the other guy.
Baseball Batman.
Baseball Batman. And then third one easily is the cinematic way that they captured the rain and the mud at the prison at the beginning. It's so freaking beautiful to have something so grungy. And to be honest, like, just because my wife hasn't watched a lot like this, she doesn't have the eye for it yet. If you don't have the eye, it can be very difficult to lose track of who you're watching in a scene like that. But something about how he captured it, it made it very simple for me to see who was actually in this fight and what was happening, and it set everything else up so perfectly.
So I think the prison fight is good, but for number 3 for me is the porn fight scene where which, by the way, that is the biggest strap on I've ever seen in my life.
Yep,
She
it's not
walks
small.
by him, and Taylor goes, "Good Lord." But the way he's really good. Obviously, Gareth Evans knows what he's doing when it comes to hand-to-hand combat and capturing it on film. But the way he shoots his like guns, like the violence that comes with a firearm,
Yeah,
because they use real squibs, so no CG blood. It feels so visceral. Like when that guy's all fucked up and he crashes through the window and the camera follows him onto the floor into the next room. You know, like when the guy runs on the table, jumps through the window,
through the window.
and he's all messed up. He grabs his gat, and the way he's firing sideways and the camera tilts with it and it shakes a little bit. It's so good. It's so like there's just so many little things that like you notice as film fans. You're like, oh, that's
that scene after he jumped through the window. The thing that really captured me is that in most movies like that, when they were trying to make this person look like this badass dealer that is going to get away potentially before our protagonist goes and catches up to him and beats the shit out of him, they would have made him look impervious to pain and anything. But in this movie, he scrambles, he almost can't get up, he slides in the broken glass, he holds his leg and then runs away. There's an actual reaction.
Yeah. And
it's what makes it so much more realistic.
And then my second favorite fight would probably be Hammer Girl on the train. Which is so funny. She's looking at a picture of the guy on the phone, and then she puts it down, and he's in the exact same position.
Yeah.
And she uses the sharp side of the hammers, which I thought was a really cool, like, little nod. You know, like she's just like, instead of just boinking people on the head, she's stabbing them, ripping them apart. Again, Julia Steele, which you need to watch The Night Comes for Us. She is that woman. I showed you part of that clip.
Yeah, I almost watched it today.
Oh, you should have. I would have loved to talk about it. She gets in.
I got real busy
after that scene. Her pinky's all like fucked up. She just rips it off and then keeps going in the fight. It's so good. But she's not a martial artist. She's just a woman who is an actress and trained extensively for these fights. But did you watch so my second favorite scene really is the deleted gang war scene. Did you see that scene?
I watched some of the special features. Which one was that?
There's a deleted scene where the Yakuza and the
and in the bottom of the building.
Yeah. I wish I would have made the cut. He said he cut it because it doesn't really make sense to the movie, and it's already 2.5 hours. But that scene is so visceral and so violent and bloody.
Yeah. And then they come out of the door. Yeah, that was a good scene.
Dude, that's also very cinematic where they can kind of hear what's going on. And then as it's going down slowly, they see what's going on and they pull out their guns. It's so fucking good. But the final fight, the kitchen fight scene.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, do you know, not Iko Uwais, the other guy, do you know what his day job was before?
No, not at all.
He was a high school teacher. Could you imagine going to class and your teacher's that guy? Like,
got a big bruise on his face or something. What happened? You'll see in a year.
And then him and Mad Dog ended up fighting John Wick at the end of John Wick 3, which they had to slow their movements down for Keanu to be able to keep up with them because
they hit so fast on these two movies. That fighting style is insanity.
They have to be punching each other.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're not hitting each other.
Yeah, it can't be.
You know, like when you watch like old school kung fu films of the 70s and 80s, it's very slow and like it's like a ballet. Even Jackie Chan, you know, they kind of speed it up. They isn't it called undercranking?
something like that. Yeah.
But in this, it's not cranked at all, and they're just going bananas on each other, and just especially in the first one when he bashes that dude's skull. Also, when Mad Dog takes that guy's head in the hallway. Speaking of which, he's not Mad Dog in this movie, but his character, when they try to assassinate him,
that nightclub scene is crazy.
He just fucks all of them up. And then the God, what's his name? The douchebag comes out and he's like, oh no. Like, God, it's such a oh man, this movie.
I love that callback too to the first one. When the first time you see Mad Dog in the second film, he's sitting on the curb next to a little dog.
Yep.
Great setup.
But that dude, so the thing I love about the Raid 2 specifically, or the Raid franchise as a whole, when I think of John, you have to, buddy. They are so damn good. When I think of what an action movie needs, it needs to have a good, obviously, 1v1 fight. And I think the Raid 2 has the single-handedly best 1v1 fight ever recorded. And it's that final fight. It needs to have a good car chase. It's got a great car chase, especially when he's going backwards and then whips it last second. Brutal. It's got to have some characters that are almost comic booky, but not all the way.
The guy with the limp. Yeah.
And also, I mean, Hammer Girl and Baseball Bad Guy. Those guys are straight out of a comic book. But they're not like cheesy at the same time. Yep. You know, like you introduce characters that just flesh out this world even more without showing you really more of the world. Like that the Hammer Girl was deaf. I thought that was a cool touch. And
absolutely.
You know, and also like when they're leaving, I don't know if you noticed this, but when they're leaving to eventually go do their killing missions, Baseball Bad Guy grabs Hammer Girl because she can't hear. And she's like grabbing all her stuff in a hurry. Just nice little touches like that. And it needs to have good one guy versus a crowd. And I feel like a lot of movies can't sell a good like one guy versus 5 or 10 because they all have to, you know, they all wait usually.
They wait.
But in this movie, it feels like he breaks one guy's arm or something, and it gives him an excuse to then focus on another guy and then another guy. And he does get overwhelmed.
And in the second one, the nightclub scene did it too, because he had like 25 guys after him, but he was so much more agile going through the booths and everything like that, jumping fucking 12 feet down to the bottom floor or whatever. He is able to get away from everybody. And so it leaves the time that they would normally just, oh, I'm going to stand in the back and wait. They don't need that anymore because now, oh, we got to find a way down there. But this little dude's quick.
Also, the end when Rama goes into that warehouse with the car, he takes on an entire warehouse, and then at the end, the Yakuza walks in, and they're like, "Oh fuck! Like, did you do all this?" Like, but man, that final fight, I want to the way that they're sizing each other up, you know, getting a feel for each other because he whooped Rama's ass the first time that they met, and then the blades come out, and the music that plays while Rama at the end like is about to win is just so like it just adds so much to it. The way he stabs him in the side, twist, picks him up, like cuts his arm down, and then the final kill where he pierces him through the jaw or the throat, right? It's a throat jaw, twist, pull, and then the guy's just dead, leaning on him. And you can see like they look exhausted.
Yeah, the lean was the best part of that.
God, it's so man. It's literally perfection. Like I'm not saying that like being over the top or funny. Like the Raid 2 is a perfect movie in my opinion. I love the story. I know it's not for everybody, but as a fan of like I've been watching old Fukasaku movies the last like handful of weeks.
It's very similar.
Yeah. It feels very similar to it, but it's got so much more violence and just man, I'm excited for Havoc now, which is his next movie with Tom Hardy. So I can't wait.
Can you imagine if Hardy is learning Silat or whatever?
Oh, he's training. I follow him on Instagram, and he's been training for this movie.
Crazy.
He looks good, but yeah, I hope that movie turns out good. I really do. It's a Netflix movie, so who knows? But But Apostle was good too.
Yeah.
So, but man, what are you more excited for now? Havoc, which he said is the action wise, it's his best yet. They've been working on. So, for those who don't know, Gareth Evans does a thing called what's he call it when he films everything before?
Storyboarding or
No, he uses a certain word, but they will film. They will go to like a location, take pictures of where like what the layout
location scouting. Is that what you're talking about?
No, but like he'll take a picture of like the room, and then they'll go back to like a warehouse and they'll recreate the outline and all the objects in the room with boxes, and then they will
practice.
They will film exactly where the camera needs to cut next into the next shot. So they previs is what he calls it. Previs.
Yeah.
Pre-visualization. Thank you, Eric. He previs the entire thing for Havoc for the last like 2 years.
Jesus.
So I'm excited to see what that movie is. But the two big action franchises, what are you more excited for? John Wick 4 or Havoc now?
I gotta be honest, I'm not really excited for John Wick 4. I'll just throw that out
cast?
there. The cast is great. I will leave it there. Maybe blasphemy, but I gotta be honest, I got burned out after John Wick 2. I still have not even seen John Wick 3 at all.
I love
and that's because I'd rather watch this than John Wick 3, like any day of the week.
Tale of Two Sisters?
Yeah.
I would say John Wick 3 is a little better, but that's just my personal
right, and that's why I'm saying I would rather. I'm not saying that.
You have to at least watch John Wick 3. There's some.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying I won't. I own it, and I'll watch.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's dude. There's a scene where they're fighting in like a knife antique shop, and they realize that there's weapons all around them, so they start breaking the glass and like throwing knives at each other. It's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm more excited for Havoc, but I'm wary on both because Mission Impossible 7 should be good. Yeah, I'm excited for Mission. That's another franchise that just keeps.
I need to revisit some of the earlier ones in that one for sure.
It says a lot about a franchise when you're least like when the movies that aren't as good as the other ones are directed by Brian De Palma, John Woo, and J.J. Abrams. Like, like those are the bad ones. You know what I mean? But Havoc I'm excited for because it's Gareth Evans. From what I read, Netflix is giving him free reign. There's a video on YouTube by a guy named Rossatron from like 2 years ago when he went and interviewed Gareth Evans, and there's some scene, like there's some previs footage of Havoc in it.
Jeez.
So I'm excited to see what he's doing. And then I follow the Havoc film Instagram, follow Gareth Evans on Instagram, and he posted a picture of like what looked like 100 clips from a GAT, and he was just like day 46, you know, like so I'm excited for Havoc, but I am worried because I feel like a lot of the fight choreography, as much as Gareth does have his hand in that stuff, was run or Yun, I think is what his name is. Mad Dog is, because Mad Dog worked extensively, is those guys. He doesn't have them this time.
For sure.
But he does have the same cinematographer. So I'm excited on that. And then for John Wick, I think the cast is just if life has taught me anything, is that it's too good to be true. For real. It's that cast is too good for the movie. Eric says Hardy gonna whoop some ass. That cast is too good to be true. Donnie Yen, Scott Adkins, Keanu Reeves, Hiroyuki Sanada. Just it's too good to be true. And it's not the same writer as the first three John Wicks. It's two guys who have written dog shit movies. But it's Chad Stahelski. So hopefully it is good.
There's a lot there for it, yeah.
But yeah, next year we're really eating as action movie fans. Havoc is going to be on Netflix, which is nuts.
To be honest, kind of for everything right now. There's a lot coming after the break of the pandemic, and granted, we're still in the middle of it, but there's so much that is just on the docket. And I mean, Shang-Chi even has gotten rave reviews for most of it, except for
Yep.
the idiots, and I still haven't seen that one. But I mean, that was supposed to be the big welcome back.
We get the Matrix 4 in December. Which did you do the teaser thing today?
I didn't do it today. I was waiting for the trailers on Thursday, I think, dropping
Well, they put out like this website and
the image. Yeah,
it tells you what time it is, which is crazy. It's kind of creepy. And then they show you footage from the movie real quick, and it looks really cool. So hopefully that's good. I mean, if Kate comes out Friday, which is what, on the 10th, if Kate comes out and it's just a decent action movie, by the production company behind John Wick and Nobody,
yeah,
that's good enough for
that's
me.
a win. Yeah,
That's a win. And then you get the Matrix, and then May, I think, John Wick, and I already planned. I think it's $250. We're gonna rent the movie theater out. My dad, me, and my best
nice.
friend, and we're gonna watch it because we're not gonna risk getting COVID. But I would for John Wick. I had already told my wife, I said, look, I would risk you dying to see John Wick in theaters. So, and she's like, Flipo, shut the fuck up. Hey, Zero, have a good one, buddy. Best wishes to you. Check out Teppu manga. It's an MMA manga. I have, and it's pretty damn good. And then we get Mission Impossible 7 next year too. So
I still have not heard anything about a Nobody 2. I wonder if that is even in the cards, especially after Odenkirk having his health scare this year.
I read that he wants to do Nobody 2. He trained for 2 years for Nobody 1.
Yep.
But he had a heart attack. So
did they ever actually come out and say that? I know they said he had something with his heart.
He said he suffered a mini heart attack, and it would have been worse if they didn't have, doctors on staff right there to help him. So hopefully Bob Odenkirk rests up and finish.
He's already back filming in New Mexico.
So. Is he really?
Really is.
Fucking maniac. Yeah. I read he would have to take like a year off. What the fuck? What a monster.
I don't even think he took 45 days.
What a fucking maniac. Bob Odenkirk suffers a heart attack and he's already... Well, my dad had a heart attack and went back to work out of the hospital like the next day. So... Which is nuts to me, actually, now that I'm thinking of it.
Stuff is hard. I mean, there's twice now I've had foot surgery on a... this last one was on a Wednesday, and the first couple days I was like just hurting like crazy. Wednesday through Friday was real bad. But then by Monday, I was leading a training from home over the computer for like 75 people.
Jesus.
Yeah. And the funny thing, I didn't even know I had to do it. I logged into the computer Monday morning and they were like, "Oh, you're leading a training. I know you just had surgery, but if you're up for it, you have a training that you have to do in 2 hours."
That's some quick notice.
Yep.
Eric says Sion Sono had a heart attack before filming Prisoners in the Ghostland.
I'm really looking forward to Prisoners in the Ghostland.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. The critics, I feel like, are being a little too harsh. I really enjoyed it when I watched it.
They're harsh on everything that Cage is in, except for Pig, I guess. Everybody's raving about
that
Pig.
movie is incredible, though. I do think it's Sion Sono's probably his worst movie in recent years, but saying a Sion Sono movie is bad is still a good movie.
Right.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we my like right now my back's out and I have to wash dishes all week. We have no help. Zero. We have absolutely no help at the restaurant. We don't even have a delivery driver. The easiest job that we offer. We don't even have a delivery driver.
You're still in your house. Everything working out?
Everything's good. Yeah, we're back. Everything's good.
That was
For those
quick.
who don't know, well, yeah, that's what's kind of concerning. Actually, I was gonna bring that up to you later, but
sorry.
So aunt dies. Go to the funeral. COVID scare. Wife goes to her mom's. And in the meantime, this is going to sound sexist. I don't do laundry. I just don't know how to. I have never done laundry in my life. I'm going to be 30 in a few months. I have not once done laundry in my life. Fanatical Dragon, what's going on, buddy? Evening, gents. Martin Sheen has won midway through filming Apocalypse Now and just kept filming. I think he had a day or two away from set.
Jesus.
Damn. But so Taylor's gone. Our laundry room, our water heater is behind the door. So when you open the door, you can't see it. So I just throw my clothes in the hamper, go to bed, get up, go to work. I'm not home. So probably about 2 or 3 weeks, nobody really noticed, but Taylor started feeling like shit. And then she was doing her spring cleaning. And she keeps the house really clean, but she was doing like, I don't know, girls do that.
Deep cleaning. Yeah.
So she went.
Well, most adults do that. Don't just say girls.
So here's the funny thing is I will say shit like, oh, I don't do laundry. I don't do the dishes, but I'm going to be washing dishes at the restaurant for hours. So Taylor went behind the water furnace and there was I sent Ryan a picture, literal fungus, like mushrooms growing because there had been a leak.
It was pretty bad.
It was black mold. So it's just been one thing after a fucking another. We had a gas leak last November here, our third gas leak, which could have killed my wife and kid because they're home the most. Now it's just, I just want peace. I just want peace and quiet.
We came into this house in January of 2018, and we've been kind of keeping track. Every 3 to 4 months, there's something catastrophic in our house that has been a problem. We had an electrical short 2 days before Christmas in our sub basement that almost burned our house down. We woke up one morning and one of our toilet bowls had just cracked in the middle of the night.
The water pour out?
Thankfully, it was only dripping, so we were able to not lose a bunch of drywall or anything like that. We had our garbage disposal blow up on us, basically. We've had our AC died on us last year. Yeah, it's been bad.
Being an adult sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I want to go back to being 15, living with my parents and playing Modern Warfare every day.
Yeah, those were the days.
It's much better than this shit. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to work 16 hours a day for the next 6 days. Like just knowing that I have to be up at 8:30 tomorrow and just nothing I can do about it. I can't call in sick. I can't. It fucking god damn it.
I'm also covering for my boss today and yesterday, so I have to do my job and be a boss of other bosses.
Do you get paid for that? Do you get a bonus?
No.
Oh, fuck. And the same with me. I'm not gonna. My parents aren't gonna give me a buff. You're like, hey, did dishes all night. Here you go. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. But oh well.
We're supposed to feel very appreciated, and the new secretary of the Department of Homeland Security gave all of the employees an extra day off to use before the end of the year. That was last Friday that he said that. We don't have any guidance on how to do it yet or anything on how anybody's going to get paid. And you only have the next 3 months. And a lot of people, because of seniority stuff, they already have all their days off planned. And so it throws a wrench into everything. It's going to be fun.
Jesus.
Government work sucks.
Working, being business owners with your parents sucks.
Capitalism sucks. Let's
Capitalism sucks, dude. It fucking blows. I wish, God. But then at the same time, look what's going on in China.
Oh yeah, everything could be worse.
Banning Jet Li. I think it's funny that they banned the actress from Mulan after she was like, Hong Kong protests are terrible.
After she bent over for
him. And
and
then they're like, fuck you, goodbye. But yeah, working with I love working with my parents, but man, they're just like we did everything when we first opened. It's like, yeah, you guys had no business, zero when you first opened. Now you guys are
you could live for 3 weeks off of like $400.
Yeah, and now we're fucking busier than shit.
Yep.
Dude, it's been customers have been so mean, like so incredibly rude. And it's just getting worse. I say this every week, but it's getting progressively worse. And there's a rival internet company. I told you this. They cut the phone line outside the restaurant. Still not fixed. Still, it's been like a month now.
That's ridiculous.
I wish I was an alcoholic.
You're a monsterholic. I wonder if there's something like scientifically we're going to discover in a few years after we look back on all this and realize there's some sort of pandemic entitlement that has happened through all this. I don't understand. It's like people think there's a certain class of people that think everything is worse for them, when in all reality, like they're not being affected by any of this. Like nobody in their family's been laid off. Most of their family is still alive.
What I've noticed is that I have never been cussed out by somebody under the age of 50. Since this
Sad
whole
but
thing
true.
started, it's never, especially people like within our age group, nice as fuck. Oh, you're
Yeah.
3 hours on a pizza? That's fine. Go ahead and make it and we'll wait.
I was only a little hungry.
For real, people are like, yeah, whatever. And then it's always the 50 plus crowd that are
Yeah.
like, 3 hours for a fucking pizza? What are you doing wrong?
Exactly.
I finally I did snap on a customer Sunday because our system, which has been the system for 30 years, is hey, we give you an order number. A number. Remember the fucking number. And this guy showed up. And it was towards the end of the night, so we had no business. You know, we were closing, we were getting ready to shut down. And he goes, I'm here for my order. And I go, what's your order number? And he goes, it doesn't look like you're too busy. You should be able to find it real easily. And I go, I need your order number, bud. And he goes, you didn't give me one. And I was like, oh, out of everyone we've ever served in 30 years, you didn't get an order number.
You're the only one.
You're the only one. Fuck that guy. Hope he chokes on his spaghetti. Oh, man, dude, I'm turning into such a bitter old bitch.
It makes sense. And maybe that's what happened to them when they were younger. That's why they're cussing you out.
But at the same time, I love restaurant work, dude. Like, I love being stressed the fuck out for, 8 hours straight, feeling like you're gonna have a heart attack, and then I love it. I really do. That's gonna sound. It sounds like I'm joking, but I love it.
No, I've actually considered it for quite some time, and then I had a family that I had to support, and I went, yeah, I can't do that anymore. But nowadays, I'm super glad that I don't ever have to talk to customers. Like I see letters in writing, but I never have to say a single word, and I never even see them. So that's the best part of my
That's all I
job.
do is talk to customers. Ice, what's going on, buddy? Doesn't look like you're in your movie room, Ryan. He is.
I am, yeah. This is the opposite room, opposite angle. That was a weird way to say that.
Ryan's room is just so fucking big. I worked at a pizza joint for a bit at the end of last year. We were so backed up to the point we had to turn away orders. We had to do that on Christmas. We made more money. So we've never opened up Christmas Eve ever but since the pandemic hit, we were like, financially, we should probably open up on Christmas Eve.
Right.
So we took pre-orders, and by the time we opened at 4, we were 4 hours on pickup because we had so many pre-orders, and people were still ordering. We were making pizzas well into midnight.
Jeez.
Like we made more money in 30 years. We made more money that night and then any other night in 30 years. Just like insane. We had
Merry
like
Christmas.
School order a bunch of pizzas. Like every soccer mom ordered pizza. Like it was just, it was nuts. For Halloween, we made a lot of money on Halloween too. We did this cheesy little thing where we got a bunch of like just boxes for slices. We never sell pizza by the slice. And we were like, hey, we're handing them out. You don't have to buy anything. And because we did that, people were like, fuck, let's just get a pizza. We're going to get a free slice anyways.
Yeah.
But what I love is when people on, in the Facebook groups, they'll be like, why is Flippo so long? It's just a pizza. I want to be like, come make it. Come, since you know that it should be quicker. I want to see you make all these pizzas. Like we're talking like 1,000 pizzas a night, 500 pizzas, like depending on the day.
Right.
And astronomical. And we're a small mom and pop place. We have one oven. We have one pizza oven. And we have one person that makes the pizza. So, and he's a 60-year-old man with arthritis in his back. And he fucking cranks them out. Ever hear about this newish movie, Crazy Samurai 4 vs. 1? Yes. We've talked about this before. I think it's a good how do I word this? I think it's a good display of technical skill. It's not a good movie. Because it's a little boring. You're like, okay. But it's very fun. It's got Tak Sakaguchi in it. The director's done Reborn and Death Trance, which I think are both better. The original
I
title.
still haven't seen this one.
Do you have it?
No.
I think it's Welgo who put it out. You're not a big Welgo collector, are you?
I've got like 10 or 15.
That's about where I'm at. I keep like every time I get on Amazon, they like recommend me something. It's like some old Welgo title that came out years ago.
I don't know why I've noticed too lately. I've been getting all these recommendations for Mill Creek, and I'm like, first off, Mill Creek is mostly trash, and I don't know if this is just from Amazon listening into my conversations everywhere or whatever, but all I do is trash them. Don't recommend them.
What's your what do you want to talk about next week?
It's a good question.
You pick, because I've been picking like the whole time. You got to start giving me some.
Yeah, we need something out of your realm. It's a good question. Let me see what I have on my short list to watch soon. That's what I should worry about.
Yeah, I'm looking at my watch list on Letterboxd, and I don't think it's anything that you would want to watch.
Yeah, probably the same. Not much that you'd want to watch. Oh man. Let's see.
Is The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger any good? Because it's directed by the director of I Saw the Devil.
Oh,
great movie.
It is a great movie, but no, I don't think it is.
Huh. Yeah, I'm like looking at my watch list, and it's like, don't think Ryan. Let's watch Lone Wolf and Cub. Just
all
one
of them?
Just one. Watch the second one. For real.
I'm surprised you didn't say like watch the sixth one, and then I have to watch the first five to catch up.
Someone in our group said Raging Fire is good. Yeah, I want to see Raging Fire too, but it's only in theaters right now, right? So I would say Marantau, but I don't think you want to watch another Indonesian or The Night Comes for Us. That's a great movie.
The issue with those is they can all get very samey, and most of the time I also, not to mention, I have to think about what you're going to think. I have to think what I'm going to think, but I also watch everything with my wife, so I don't want to over martial arts her.
Taylor, I wanted to get a tattoo Monday, and Taylor said no. And to make it up to me, she was going to watch 2 action movies with me. So Raid 2. And I don't know what to make her watch tonight. Do you guys have any recommendations? What should I make her watch? She hates action movies. So she's just like this the whole time.
I just remembered the other thing I was going to bring up. I don't know how I totally forgot this. The first Raid, one of the special features, the clay raid, whatever they called it. Did you watch that? I wish the case is still upstairs. They did a claymation version of the raid in like 3 minutes, and it's goddamn incredible.
Is it cool?
It is so good. It is somebody that has an adult claymation and YouTube channel, and did it for the entire raid. And they did like the main scenes redone in all claymation, and it shows like the blood splatter and everything. It is incredible. It is so good.
I'm gonna have to watch that. The Last Stand is all right, not Arnie's best, but a hell of a lot better than End of Days or The Sixth Day, and worth a watch if you like Kim Lee-woon. I do quite a bit, or Kim Ji-woon. For a movie directed not in his own language, it's thumbs up. Make her watch Rikio. I will once I get the 88 Films release. I can't
wait for that release.
I am gonna make my wife watch it. You should watch Shoplifters with her. I know. I should probably watch Shoplifters, but yeah, she would love it. That's the problem, is she's letting me pick 2 action movies. I don't want to make a movie that she's gonna watch.
Right.
You guys recommend the movie Cali Blues? I was really upset to hear that Sea Lot Warriors movie sucked. I'm trying to. I'm gonna look over here. Maybe I'll just make her watch like Flying Guillotine or something. She would be absolutely pissed if I make her watch like a straight up Shaw Kung Fu movie. She'd be like, "Again, stop."
You know what? I haven't watched in a long time that I'm due for a rewatch on is we talked about it last week. Midnight Meat Train.
Wait, what?
The Midnight Meat Train. That would be a fun one.
That's a good movie. I'm surprised no one talks about that more.
And it's Bradley Cooper. That's the bigger thing. All right, if you've seen that one, what's another good one? My wife asked me about Faces of Death this week. That was an interesting conversation.
What did she say?
She's like, so why was it banned everywhere? I had to explain.
Man from Nowhere is great. I'm going to make her watch No Tears for the Dead. I think that's the movie. I still haven't seen that all the way through. Have you seen that?
No.
Do you have it?
I don't know what it is offhand by the name.
The Man from Nowhere? It's a director of... No Tears for the Dead is the same director as The Man from Nowhere. South Korean action movie. Oh, I know, Ryan. Buy this and watch all 46 episodes of Mega Beast Investigator Juspian.
I'm sorry, but I think I'm all right.
Why?
Maybe Bronson?
I love Bronson. Or here, how about this? Why don't we watch all of the Dick Van Dyke Show?
You know what? I don't know a whole bunch of the movies you've seen. So come up with like a popular horror movie that you've never seen.
All of them. If it's a horror movie in the last 10 years, I haven't seen it. For real.
Oh, no, it doesn't have to be 10 years. It can be the last 100 years. I don't care.
I would say I quit watching horror movies after like Inside, Martyrs, Frontiers, like all those French movies. And then I just...
Did you ever watch High Tension?
Yes.
That's a good one.
That's a great movie.
We've talked about rewatching House of Wax since that just came out again on Scream Factory. Yeah.
You want to do Tales of Two Sisters?
I think my wife is itching for some English movies.
I think my wife is too.
We've had a lot of Zero. I'm on that page. I just got this today. I can't wait to see this in 4K. The prequel, not the remake.
Yeah.
I wish that they were able to have what they originally wanted was to do everything practical. I don't think it deserves all the hate it gets.
I don't hate it.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I think it was never going to be a worthy predecessor, but it is decent for what it sets out to do.
I remember not hating it. You know, I'm just gonna get. I don't know. You can just text me, but tonight I'm just gonna pick a random old school Killer's Venom Mom Films kung fu film and be like, "We're watching this today," and she's gonna be like, "Ah," and just shoot herself in the head. She's gonna be so bored.
I'm gonna come up with the horror movie.
Okay.
I'm gonna see like. So you stopped like before 2010?
Yeah.
Let me see here. And that's the hard part is we've seen most of them. I'm trying to get one that none of us have seen. All right, here we go. Rotten Tomatoes 100 Best 2010s Horror Movies.
Friday the 13th.
That was 2009.
I have seen that. I actually really like that movie.
It's not bad. I don't understand the hate for that one either. Honestly, you still need to see Under the Shadow.
What's that?
But we've seen that one. That's the one I told you. It's an Iranian horror movie dealing with the spirituality of the war back then.
Yep.
Your Next is great.
I don't know about Your Next.
Why is that?
I don't like black people. I'm just kidding. I was joking like that with him off air, and he was like, "That's pretty funny." Don't Breathe. Okay, what's up with Don't Breathe 2? Did they make him the hero? Because that dude was
Kind of.
come into a woman that he had
Yes.
captured, and now he's the good guy.
No, not necessarily the good guy. He's, well, I mean, kind of, I guess.
So see how fucked up that is.
Yes, kind of. Yeah, I get it.
I found out something about we talked about this last week, and by the way, I was completely joking about that comment. Black Lives Matter. We have a Black Lives Matter sign at my restaurant, in the window, which we get shit about all the time because it's a very conservative town. They're like, "What about Black Lives?" It's just like, continue with what you're gonna say. I want to hear the whole thing. The only time we've ever kicked somebody out of the restaurant is because they said the N-word. So I was just joking. I love black people. All of them.
Sure.
Except for Michael Jackson's dad. He seems like a fucking piece of shit. Flip being racist meme is alive and well. I was telling you about it.
Yep. Did you ever see The Void?
Yeah, love that movie.
How are you gonna say you stopped in like 2008 or 9?
A little bit here and there. Jennifer's Body. I think my wife would be like, hell no to that.
Why? It's a great fucking movie.
Gerald's Game.
That is an incredible movie. That is one that never should have been possible to actually get on camera the way they did and have it jive with the way that the book is so well. Gerald's Game is incredible.
Never even heard of it.
It is a Netflix original, and it is a movie that is mostly psychological, all happening in this person's head, and they make it work perfectly.
I've seen the trailer for that creepy thing.
What about The Girl with All the Gifts or Goodnight Mommy?
Is it a good movie?
They're both supposed to be amazing, yeah.
I mean Gerald's Game.
Oh no, Gerald's Game is not a good movie. It's an incredible movie. It's like a 4.5 for me.
For real?
Oh yeah,
that thing looks comical.
It is. Nothing about that movie is comical.
This thing right here.
That is in like literally 3 seconds of the movie.
Huh. I'll have to watch it. Prometheus.
It is so good.
Prometheus and Alien Covenant are like the nicest looking pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Like they're beautiful, but it's just Taylor's exposure to big franchises have always been like the worst movie, like Return of the Jedi. She was like, I loved it. And I was like, what the fuck? Alien Covenant. We saw Alien Covenant in theaters. And she was like, I love that. And I was like, that was not a good movie. That was a terrible film. Descent is good.
Descent is great.
I have seen some horror movies.
But the Descent's from 2005 also. So
is it really?
Yeah. The Descent is way older than you think it is.
Oh my god, we're fucking dying, Ryan.
Why are we talked about last week, and I was going to wait to show off on my channel, but I love how many people are here, so I'm going to share it right now. I'm going to open this up. You remember how we talked about Tremors last week?
Yeah.
So this is a Tremors 3 authentic graboid tooth from the movie.
That's so cool.
Going up in the movie room this week.
How small were they? How small were the Tremors actual?
It depends, because they had so many different ways to shoot on some of those movies. They used some miniatures when it worked. They used real huge prosthetics when it was necessary. They used, obviously, after like part 2 and then some of part 3, almost everything after that was CGI. So, yeah. But yeah, I am stoked to have this.
We should watch the Steven Seagal.
No.
One of his newest movies.
Honestly, I'd watch Bones if you're into that. I'd watch Bones. I'd watch Goodnight Mommy. I'd watch The Girl with All the Gifts.
You don't want to watch Steve Austin and Steven Seagal?
No.
Deflex says that's cool. I don't have to watch Ryan's channel.
That's cool.
just play.
I was expecting everybody to watch anyways.
Which, by the way, I love that my newsfeed is not Dawn of the Discs anymore, and it's just you. Like, I love it. I love that. I think that's so awesome. I have not seen or checked Dawn of the Discs in the whole week because it's just been people sharing Disconnected, which is awesome.
It's been a decent week, yeah.
Do you have it? Do you have that stuff automated?
Oh God, no.
You have to manually type all that?
I do every single thing, yeah. I've got a couple prompts for like pre-orders where my hashtags are set up, but that's it.
Damn. That's a lot of fucking work.
It is.
For every fucking release.
Yep, and I put personalized hashtags for most releases in there too.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
There's some I try to put jokes in there to see if anybody ever comments. Sometimes hardly anybody ever sees them. Like I tweeted about Halloween 5 went on sale today on Amazon for $25 for the Scream Factory one, and the last hashtag on there was Nicolas Cage because the masks in that one looks like Nicolas Cage.
Guys, everyone go like the Disconnected on Facebook.
It's Ryan and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and everything else.
And TikTok. He's on TikTok too.
Finally got some of these in too.
Wait, are you actually on TikTok?
I actually am.
I said that as a joke. Are you actually on there?
I haven't put anything out yet, but it's in the works already.
Damn, okay.
Funny Games is freaking great. And if I remember, you haven't seen either of them, have you?
No.
Dude, Funny Games is amazing.
I'm not a funny guy.
There's nothing funny about it.
How am I funny? How am I funny? I should watch Goodfellas tonight again. That's a good movie.
That's the one to make her watch.
I feel like she would hate it. She'd be like, "You fucking wop. You wop bastard. Why are you watching all these wop movies?" Oh, speak of the devil, look what I have just right next to me. Goodfellas. Just casually sitting underneath this pile of movies. What a good movie. Has anybody seen this? It's a little unknown gem.
I think I've heard of it. It's got El De Niro in there, right?
Dude, this didn't win Best Picture.
What year is that?
92, I want to say. 1990.
Yeah, 92 felt a little late.
Yeah, what the fuck? This is one of the greatest movies of all time. My mother loved Goodfellas. She was Italian, though. Ah, Eric. That's why I like you so much. You're a fucking wop just like me.
I thought you were going to say because he also has a mom.
Oh. That's why I like you. You got a mom. A mama. My favorite thing is when we get new employees, I go up to my mom and say "Suka la minga," and it means suck my dick. So the new employees will go, "No," and I go, "Trust me, it means that you're beautiful." And so they'll go to my mom and they'll go "Suka la minga." My mom will go, "Flip out." So my grandfather, before he died, I don't know what I did, but I just go "Suka la minga" to him, and he goes, "You funny." All the old Italian guys like that shit, like being vulgar. Just like what's his name, Cuomo. I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian. Like, yes. Taylor goes, I see where you get it from. It's in your blood.
You're Cuomo-sexual, yeah.
Don't you no. You know who Sammy the Bull is?
Come on.
Well, do you? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
My wife didn't even know who John Gotti was. So I was, but he has a podcast called Our Thing, and it's fucking great, dude. Like really good. But he did like a reaction to both the Cuomo brothers because the one that's on CNN, someone called him Fredo. because
Oh yeah, it
which
was
is the brother from The Godfather.
It was
And he's
Cuomo,
like,
yeah.
it's like saying the N-word to an Italian. I will throw you down some stairs. Let's go right now. And Sammy the Bull was like, both of you are pieces of shit. He's like, he goes, both of you, I wouldn't take a boat anytime soon. And I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Jeez,
Sammy the Bull just threatened both the Cuomo boys.
publicly.
Driving Miss Daisy won Best Picture in 1990. Doesn't look like Goodfellas was nominated.
Was it nominated the next year because of when it came out, or the year prior?
Let's see.
And I got Flex asking if I watched Perfect Blue. Not yet.
It's good.
There's been way too much on the short list. We need to decide for next week though. So I'm gonna give 3 titles here.
Okay.
And you're gonna choose from there. We got The Girl with All the Gifts, Good Night Mommy, or Overlord.
I love Overlord.
Oh, you've seen it. Okay, never mind.
Good Night Mommy. Is this the German one? Yeah. I have not seen. Yep.
German.
I have not seen this, but I wanted to see this, so I will. Let's do this.
Good Night Mommy.
Yeah, Taylor wanted to watch it too. She saw the trailer a couple years ago.
Good.
Damn, this looks good. It's only an hour and a half.
Yep. One of the reasons why I voted for it.
Man, the whole cast looks like Children of the Corn. Dude, my wife's family is like very white and very Christian. So when we're at her mom's house and they have pictures of them as kids, they look like fucking Children of the Corn. And I always say, look, you guys look like you guys are just Children of the Corn. And she's like, shut up, that's not nice. Goodfellas was nominated in 91, but Dances with Wolves won.
Yeah.
Godfather 3 was even nominated. I'm going to stand by and say Godfather Coda. It's a good movie. Good movie.
I still have never seen Godfather 3.
Do and don't. Watch Coda if you're going to have to watch one of them.
Yep.
I actually don't hate Godfather 3. I mean, it's not. And Godfather 2 is like the perfect sequel. It's like that it's like that. It's like the Raid 2 is for action movies, but for mob movies. Like the sequel was just fucking so good.
It was never going to live up to that, yeah.
But it's still pretty good. Oh. So I'm gonna watch Goodnight Mommy. We'll talk about Goodnight Mommy next week. I am going to continue my journey of watching Steven Seagal movies. Because I hate myself. I watched an interview with him last night, and it was with Scott Adkins, and you know how like he's usually very cocky in interviews, but because maybe Scott Adkins is actually like a martial artist, he was a lot more humble than usual, and I kind of liked him. I was like, oh, it's just an old man. And I was like, but the whole time he kept snorting, so I think he's just doing coke. He's like,
no surprise there.
What's your favorite Steven Seagal film?
Oh,
Hard to Kill.
Something mainstream and not even that good. I probably.
That's a good movie.
You
don't like Under Siege?
No, not really.
Did I like the Matrix teasers? Yes. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I really liked it. The trailer comes out Thursday. I'm excited. Do you like?
Go ahead.
Do you like sequels?
I like the sequels. They're obviously nowhere near as good as the first. I've never understood the hate they got, but at the same time, I've also not seen them nearly as much as I've seen the first one. I think I may have only seen them once, maybe twice.
I've seen the second one more times than the first.
That's
really
crazy pants.
Really like Reloaded. I really like it. There's a fan cut of the movie of 2 and 3. They take out the rave scene, and they take out some shit in 3. And it's like almost like a 3-hour movie, but it's like it's a really well made fan edit. Yeah. That rave shit, kind of hot.
That's another series my wife has never seen even a minute of any of them. So leading up to part 4, I'm probably gonna 4K all of them for us.
I got the 4K. It's so good, especially on the first one. Just looks still good since '99. The Steven Seagal movie where the stripper pops out of the cake. March for
That is the home video of his 19th birthday.
Is that really?
No. If I remember right, I don't remember what movie it is, but it's she pops out of the cake and gets shot, right?
Have you seen?
I do have kids, Flex.
Oh my God, Monica Bellucci. Mamma mia. Oh, I was obsessed with The Matrix. I used to watch it. I literally know word for word the first 2 movies, like from heart. I love those movies.
The Matrix is weird. It's one of those movies where there's a lot of like hipster hate for it, where it was so mainstream that so many people just hated it because it was popular. I can't stand that. Like, popular things can be great too. They're popular for a reason.
Yeah, like Dan and Shay, the country singers. Fantastic.
So anyways,
just kidding. So we had a delivery driver who was a older, slightly racist, Confederate loving guy who loved like outlaw country. And anytime Dan and Shay came on, I'd be like, this is real country. And he would get so fucking mad. He'd be like, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And I'll be like, dude, this is real. This is what real country sounds like. And it's just like,
and then you saw it with Wranglers.
Have you ever heard how Steven Seagal got into martial arts?
Probably. I don't remember though.
I'm gonna try to do my best Steven Seagal impression. Tell me how I'm doing. Okay. I was washing dishes and Sakamoto Sensei saw me moving really, really fast, and he was like, "You could probably do some martial arts." Was that good?
I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was.
That's just off the cuff.
It was an impression.
He said he was washing dishes, and some Japanese guy saw that the way he was scrubbing the plate was like good. So he was like,
impressive.
He said, Sakamoto Sensei, he said, I'm going to teach you Aikido. Buy a fucking Wish dishwasher. Yeah, you buy a dishwasher, it's fucking Steven Seagal from Wish. And he just shows up and he's like, hey, I'm here. Just the way he talks pisses me off.
Drying plates off with his ponytail.
Have you seen, there's a movie I watched recently. Well, you haven't seen it, but he's like 1,000 years old and he gets like a really cute 19-year-old to come sit on his lap. She's completely naked and just starts making
out. Every Clint Eastwood movie of the last 12 years.
Hey, Clint Eastwood. That's my guy. Okay, I'm not conservative at all, but I love conservative movies. I love them.
I know.
I don't know what it is, but
I just want to know why you keep saluting them. I don't get it.
What?
The arm movement as you're watching it. Like, why are...
Honestly, though, I have never laughed uncomfortably as hard as when God, Clint Eastwood says SPOOK to those black guys in that movie. Yeah. What caught me off guard, and I was like, what the fuck? They showed that? He can do that?
And he wrote that part?
Yeah. He wrote that? It sounds like he wrote, he was like, all right, I'm going to try to get every racist term I can think of.
And they're going to reward me for this.
Did he win an award?
I don't remember.
He sings the song at the end of that movie, and it's fucking dog shit. Gran Torino! Dude, that movie's... He's crazy, man.
I want to hear his remix of the Django theme song.
Django! Django! Will you ever love again?
That's perfect.
Fucking Clint Eastwood, man. And then he's got another movie coming out. Mule, I could kind of buy, you know, but he's 91 now. He looks 91. I'm not buying it anymore. Mule was like the cutoff.
No, that was the line. Got it.
Now cry macho. How do you cry macho? You're just like flexing your biceps. You're like,
Not to somber it up real quick, but you know what's crazy is how many of these people that are in Hollywood that have been huge names for decades are about to die, and it's
yeah.
literally going to be a like the first big Hollywood wave of death because it's the first big like movie star generation are reaching that age, and the deaths that have hit us hard like freaking Kobe and Robin Williams and everybody else that was like damn, that was my childhood. There's going to be so many of those names in the next decade.
I'm gonna be. Who do you think is gonna die first? Al Pacino or Robert De Niro?
Ooh,
That one's gonna. Those like I'm not joking. I
I'm going to say
adore.
Pacino.
I don't know. Pacino looks a lot better. Have you seen the? Did you ever watch the special features for The Irishman?
No.
Pacino's still like kind of lively and he's moving around. He is older, I think.
Yeah.
And De Niro's like, he's like an old fucking man. That's gonna genuinely fuck me up when those two die. Like I love both of those men, especially Pacino. Pacino when he was young he's the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life, hotter than any woman. Is Al Pacino when he was young, for real. Nothing will hit harder than when Ric Flair stops wheeling and dealing, brother. You think
it's gonna be the loudest funeral ever.
Oh, dude! As they're lowering him, just the whole funeral going woo. Dude, it's crazy. Betty White is outliving everyone.
Betty White literally is older than commercially available sliced bread. That's crazy.
Do you think Betty White's getting dicked down? Do you think that's like her secret to being, alive?
I mean, the Golden Girls was a dirty show. I would not be surprised.
Italian men are the hottest. I totally agree. Totally agree.
Well, you highlight that
Omar. Well, because you know what? have you seen a picture of me when I have my hair cut and beard trimmed up?
No.
I'm gonna show it on screen. I look completely different. I look like a wildebeest right now. Okay, this is my hair unkept, my eyebrows unkept. But this is I catfished my wife because I'm gonna show you what I looked like when I used to actually give a fuck. Back when me and Taylor first met. Yeah, she poor girl. She got tricked. How do I who's your celebrity crush?
I mean, if he's still here, I think he is. He didn't comment that long ago. John last week watched Cruella, and I got to say Emma Stone is still really hot.
I said male.
Oh, male crush.
Male crush.
Probably Ryan Gosling, not the other Ryan, but Ryan Gosling.
So here's what I look like when I am all done up. See?
How? I mean, your hair grows that long?
Yeah. It takes a lot because I'm thinning, but it does take a while.
I'm just, I mean, going down below your shoulders like that—that's pretty impressive.
Oh, God damn it! You motherfucker! That was when I was catfishing my wife. I was trying really hard to impress her, and I went to church with her that morning.
It looks like you spent about half an hour just on the eyebrows.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I used to go to the barbershop every 2 weeks on the dot and get dialed in. Used to get manicures, pedicures. Used to just get steroids. But now I'm married, so I don't give a fuck anymore.
Now you can say yes anytime your mom asks if you want pasta.
That's true. I did turn her down though. She called me earlier. Okay, she called me earlier. There was pasta there. She goes, hey, I made a pumpkin pie. You want to come get pumpkin pie? And I was like, okay. So I came and got pumpkin pie, and she was like, she's like, me and your dad ate pasta. I was like, that's cool. And then she called me during this show and was like, hey, you want pasta? It's like, you could have gave me some while I was there. Rachel McAdams, right?
She's pretty great.
I'm gonna say Monica Bellucci. I think baseball bat girl.
Oh yeah, she's not bad at all.
Julia Steele. But Margot Robbie. That's mine.
That hallway scene with, I mean, it's not like I'd say no, but like probably not even like top 8 for me.
What?
Yeah.
So who's the hottest guy? Did you say
Ryan Gosling? Probably
Gosling.
Yeah,
I would say right now,
especially right after watching Drive. Yeah.
Fumi Nikaido. I don't know who that is, so I'm gonna Google this, and
it's just gonna be blurred images.
I'm gonna share it on screen. My reaction. So here we're gonna share. Hopefully this isn't bad. I'm taking my life is in your hands. Okay, here we go.
Safe search off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like the short hair, but yeah.
Is she the one, the 4th row? Is she the one from Battle Royale at the end there?
This?
Yeah.
I don't think it was Battle Royale. The girl from Battle Royale, yeah.
It was just a small picture.
Who is that girl from Battle Royale? The one that's in Kill Bill.
Oh gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen her name. It is escaping me.
You turned your mother's cooking down. Well, the motherfucker called at like 9:30 when I'd already eaten dinner. What the? Which is actually she did sound a little offended. I'm like, Mom, I had already eaten. And she's like, what did you eat? I was like, biscuits and gravy. Taylor made homemade biscuits and gravy. And she was like, you just like white people food now. I'm like, all right, Mom. Whatever. Dude, my mom and dad had to run away to get married because my grandfather didn't want my mom marrying a white guy.
I see where you get your tendencies from.
What, white? I don't like
the racism.
Towards white people, yeah. I don't like white people. I barely like
so you. It's been a good show.
I barely like you, Ryan.
I'm super white.
You're like, one of the good whites.
Oh man. One of the good whites.
Oh man.
I love how Zero said never turned down your mother's cooking, like he's saying he's never turned it down.
I want to know this relationship with my mother that you have. Zhang Zi in 2046. Which that's a good movie. Zhang. Is she blocked yet? Oh, good lord. No, dude, she's too hot to get blocked by China. What's up with Chinese people just looking great into their 40s and 50s? Like, what the fuck? Why? I look rough at 29. Just because I don't take care of myself, but
me neither.
Just look, I mean, I do go to the gym, but I just lift weights. I'm just powerlifting now.
That's why your legs are twigs.
No, my legs are actually. I have some thick. Do you want to see my thighs?
Yeah, no. I'm not really.
You want me to show you?
I think I'm all right.
They're really cute.
I'm not doubting that. I saw your hair in that last picture.
Saw my hair.
The Taylor pic. Come on, stay up. You just showed me the picture of you all manicured. Come on.
You want to see how many monsters I've drank today?
This is great content for your stream.
Hey, I don't care. It's my stream. We're gonna have so much fun, dude. We're just shooting the shit now. It's after hours.
By the way, next week we are streaming live his kidney replacement.
I can't get. There's 2 more that I can't fit in because my arms won't go that long. Yeah,
I carry around every day a gallon water bottle because I'm so big.
I drink more water than I do Monster. I'm just drinking fluids all day. For every can of Monster, I have to have double the amount of water. That's how I live, man.
That is a lot of liquid when you're only 5'2".
Hey, hey! I'm 5'6" on a good day. You motherfucker, you. You're so racist towards short people, dude. You're sizist.
I am sizist.
How tall are you again? 6'6"?
6'5".
I don't ever want to hang out with you, dude. Because I feel like when we do meet up and hang out, I'm just gonna be like, "What's up, Ryan?
I'll just use you as a headrest.
Ryan, look what I found. Do you have this?" What's Ryan's waifu? Who's your waifu? Your anime girlfriend, as the weebs call it.
I'm not up on the weebs.
Bro, you
need a step ladder for the sink.
You cocksucking motherfuckers.
You know what's sad is I've considered doing dishes literally from my knees because my back starts to hurt so much leaning down.
My back hurts. I sit down sometimes in a chair.
Yeah.
I have to have a booster seat to kiss my wife. My wife got taller. My wife has been like, my legs have been killing me. I feel like I got taller. And then the other day we went for a hug and her nose is like right here on me. I'm like, that's great, dude.
You know what's crazy? I have giant feet and I lost a lot of weight over a few years. And when I did, I lost 2 shoe sizes.
Me too. When I lost I was a size 12. I'm 10 and a half now.
Size 12.
Hey, you know what? All right, listen, okay? Okay,
the sizeism, it comes through.
We prefer being called little people, okay? So when you refer to me,
I'll stop texting you the word midge then. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Instead of flip flicks, I'm gonna change it to midge flicks. Oh, that reminds me. Steven Seagal did a fight on his knees in a movie. And he was like, "Look, if you look right here, I'm on my knees the whole time." And he's just like,
when that's all of your martial arts, yeah, it's easy to do from your knees.
That's literally all he does.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, be careful, you break your neck doing Aikido."
I want to see somebody take the 1996 or whatever it was, the real, like when his bad run really started, and just get some of his hand movements and then Photoshop in the Doctor Strange circle starting. Except that they're like breaking down in the middle of it.
You know oh my god, that interview with Scott Adkins, they did the Under Siege scene where the knife fight between him and Tommy Lee Jones. And Scott goes, "This is a really good knife fight." And the whole time it's just, you just see him going. He's like, "Yeah, Tommy's a real physical guy. I was really surprised by it." Can you do impressions?
The worst. I can do a decent Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. Let's see Arnold Schwarzenegger review the Raid 2. Let's see Arnie.
Okay, we went into the building and we said, "You need to keep your head down."
That's great. Arnie, what did you give the Raid 2? 5 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5?
Well, until the action at the end, it was a 2, but then it was a 2.5. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good. I'm gonna do Trump doing Raid 2 review. Indonesia, just tremendous. Trust me, everyone's saying it. Gareth Evans is the best director of martial arts movies of the modern era, is what I heard. Just tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Not as good as yours.
It started okay.
Started all right. I can do Obama. Oh, hey, Ryan. The Raid 2. Pretty damn good movie, huh?
It sounds like when Keegle Mike and Key was doing the anger translator for him.
That's probably where I get it from. I can't do Biden. You want to bust nuts together, huh? I don't know. I can't do Biden. I gotta work on I can do Cuomo, I think. I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian. I don't know. It's terrible. I need to
rewatch Total Recall too.
Corridor Crew talked about that knife fight. Did they make fun of it? Because it's a bad knife fight. I have never seen the original Total Recall all the way through. I think I've seen parts of it.
Just the triple boob part.
Do Pacino instead of I can do Pacino and Heat, I think. She's got a great ass, and your head's all the way in it.
Of course.
Neighbors. It's fucking
that's the only line.
Dude, that's a great movie. That's a
it's not bad.
Every line in that movie is so fucking good.
Total Recall really is a classic for what they were going for.
LAPD. Just such a I love that movie. Do they have the triple boob chick in Total Recall remake?
I've never seen the remake.
They have to. That's like the only good thing about that movie.
I mean, Colin Farrell's in it. Colin Farrell's pretty great.
He's a good actor. I think he's underrated. I think True Detective Season 2 is actually good. He's good at it.
And I mean, In Bruges is obviously the easiest thing to go to for him. I don't know if you ever watched the show Scrubs. Did you ever watch Scrubs?
Yeah. Is he in Scrubs?
He was on Scrubs for one or two episodes.
Didn't he send someone in the hospital and the Irish thing is to stay by their bedside? He didn't know the person in the hospital. I remember. Yep. I don't know why I remember that episode. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good in The Lobster.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Can we watch Heat? I kind of want to watch Heat, dude. Again.
My wife's never seen that one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Taylor hated it. Hated it. She was like, this is so boring. There's not even a story. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I need to show mine Ronan as well.
Ronan, that's... Dude, in my mind, I like to believe it's the same character from Heat. It's the same character. Neil, right? His name's Neil in the movie.
I think so.
Heat. He's so mean to that girl. That girl that ends up being his girlfriend. She's like, "What are you reading?" And he's like, "It's a magazine for my work." And she goes, "What do you do for a living?" And he's like, "Why are you so fucking interested in what I do, lady?" Ronan is underappreciated, man.
To bring it back to physical media on this for a second, I don't know if you saw this, the Arrow release for that with the slip. Do you remember when MVD had one of their sales like 2.5 years ago, and Ronan was, I think, $8 from MVD, and that slip release now goes for like $60.
Yeah, I actually sold mine for $60 and found a copy for $25 with the slip, so I made money.
Craziness.
I love that movie. Which is, it just seems like such a weird title for Arrow to put out, because like I feel like Arrow likes to do stuff in like bunches. They'll get like a bunch of licenses that are like kind of similar.
Oh yeah, like every single company does that. Yeah,
Ronan is just out there by itself. Like,
well, I mean, they have that. They have Cruising. They have.
Oh fuck, that's right. They did do Cruising.
They've got the De Niro and De Palma early films.
None of those are like action movies, are they?
No, but I believe it was the same license.
Oh, Cruising's a good movie.
It is.
Al Pacino in a gay bar.
There was a podcast that one of the main content guys for Arrow was on recently, and he said that Cruising was really hard to put together because Friedkin wanted to literally change the entire release, like Wong Kar-wai. And they had to argue. They had
over it.
Yep, they had to argue to get the original version on there as well.
Wow, I need to pick that up. I don't have that release from Arrow. I need to get that. I really like that movie.
Yeah,
a little problematic in 2021, but
I don't. No, I don't think so. I think, if anything, I think it was more problematic when it came out. To be honest.
Ice and Sand Killer Clowns was on that sale. I remember when that sale happened. We were in like an hour and a half away, just driving around.
Killer Clowns is expensive now too.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, like the base version of Killer Clowns with no slip is like $40 to $50 because it's out of print.
How do you feel about Leon the Professional? Deflex saying that out.
That one is more cringy than Cruising nowadays, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think's the best Gene Reno performance? Ronan,
probably Leon.
Leon, or Godzilla?
Probably Leon.
He turned down Agent Smith to be in Godzilla. Turned down Agent Smith in the Matrix to be in Godzilla.
Which, thank God.
Yeah, because I think what's his name?
Yeah, I don't remember his name ever, but yeah, he's great.
Hugo Weaving. There we go.
That's his name.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, iconic.
Gary Oldman was scary in Leon. I think Leon's great. I need to rewatch it though because I don't know what's cringy about Leon.
It's the age problems and everything. Anyways, Gary Oldman. I want to talk about him. That legitimately, probably the best chameleon actor we have right now.
Oh yeah,
by a long shot. He has been in so much.
He's so good. Is he a normal dude? Does he do interviews?
Yeah, I mean, not many, but some, yeah.
Who do you think's the best director right now? And Ryan, I just want to say this real quick. Yeah, but didn't he love her like a daughter? Because that's what I took from that too.
Well, supposedly, yeah.
Okay, so
there's undertones.
Who do you think's the best working American director or actor? Sorry, or both? Fuck it, both.
I think we talked about director last week.
Wait, Gary Oldman was in Romeo Must Die?
There is all kinds of things where you look at it and this Gary Oldman was this character and you go, wait, what?
Watch him be fucking Jet Li in that movie. He's just actually Jet Li. Really?
Best current actor is I actually do have an answer for that. I don't know about actress, but I do have one for actor, and that's probably Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
I adore Sam Rockwell.
Oh, yeah, this guy. Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Green Mile.
Which, I gotta be honest, I did not love Jojo Rabbit.
You didn't like it?
It was a well-made movie. Like, I love Taika, but I don't understand the over appreciation for that movie. I think the kid was great. Yes, Moon is the big winner for Sam Rockwell there. But yeah, Jojo Rabbit was it was good. I think the reveal of the mom's shoes was very poignant and all that, but yeah, something about that just didn't click with me. I can tell it was a super well-made movie and all that. It just was not my movie.
For me, I would probably, this is going to be a controversial pick. My favorite working actor is probably Tom Hardy. He's in some real fucking duds. He is in some absolute duds. Which, by the way, I watched, was it Legend, where he plays the two brothers from England, the mobsters. Have you seen this movie?
Legend? No.
I think it's called Legend. Let me see. It's on my recent Letterboxd.
I know the movie called Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry.
So it's called, Legend from 2015. He plays the Cray twins in the 1960s in London. He plays both of them. One is very straight-laced, very smart. One is an openly gay guy who's got like schizophrenia, and he's amazing in this movie because he plays both of them. And I think Mads as well.
Mads is getting up there.
Mads is incredible. Rockwell's great in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy too. Basically doing a long-haired impression of Bill Clinton.
He's great in goddamn everything. Like 3 Billboards. His character in that movie
that's right. Yeah,
an asshole, and he pulls it off so well.
That's a good fucking movie.
It's decent, yeah. She's really great. Frances McDormand is incredible in everything she does.
Trying to think of what an actor that I am just like emotionally invested in.
I just realized the female actress that I would say is top for me, and that's easily Toni Collette.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week. Toni
Yep.
Collette's pretty damn awesome. I watched
And
so many
she's
old
killed
movies.
it in everything for decades.
Oh, Ben Foster.
Yeah, he's always good.
310 to Yuma, Hell or High Water. Like he's a maniac. He's so good.
And even to go all the way back, he was in 6 Feet Under. He was in Freaks and Geeks.
Was he in 6 Feet Under?
He was.
I haven't seen that show in a minute.
6 Feet Under is incredible.
Yes, I love Benicio's character in Sicario. Like, love that character, especially in the second one, which I know, Ice, you hate that movie. I personally love it.
Didn't we have this long conversation last week?
Yeah, I love Benicio del Toro.
Alpha Dog is such a good movie.
Who's your favorite working director?
I'm probably going to have to stay with horror, even though I don't know if I can actually stay with that. But it would probably be Ari Aster.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. American director, I would still say Martin Scorsese's last handful of films have been killer. But Gareth Evans, overall, I'm really excited to see what he does with Havoc. To tie it
Robert
back
Eggers is up there for me too.
Yeah, dude, I think those two. They're just starting their careers. I want to see what he does with The Norseman because it's finished. It's done.
Yeah, I'll have to backtrack a little bit and go with Fanatical Dragon there. I don't think Fincher has ever made a bad movie. David Fincher has made some of my favorite movies.
Didn't he do Alien 4?
Was it 4?
I think it was. I think he did the bad Alien movie, which is fine. But
even then, though, I don't think it is, especially seeing what that franchise has turned into. I don't think it's that's what I thought. I thought he did 3.
I really wish he would have did more Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies. I think his remake of that was just, I saw it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day with my cousins.
I think it came out too early. I don't think the world was ready for that.
I mean, tie back to The Matrix 99. Fight Club came out in 99 too.
Yep.
Yeah, David Fincher, man.
His masterpiece, though, for me is still Zodiac. Zodiac is the mic drop movie.
According to IMDb, or not IMDb, or Letterboxd, he's only done 13 films. Fight Club, Gone Girl, Social Network, 7. Zodiac, Benjamin Button, Girl with Dragon Tattoo, Mank, The Game, Panic Room, Alien 3, and then What is the Killer?
How do we not have Panic Room on Blu-ray yet? Still,
do we not?
No, not legally.
Oh, and he did a Rick Springfield live concert he directed in 85. Yeah, I think he's batting almost 100% for me. Zodiac's so good. Gyllenhaal's, really I think Gyllenhaal's probably my answer for favorite actor.
He would be up there for me for sure.
When he does like Zodiac, Nightcrawler, Prisoners, and then Brokeback Mountain is
Brokeback, yeah.
I genuinely think Brokeback Mountain is like one of the best movies of the last couple of decades. It's a great film, and I think
there's so many people that have never seen it just because of the meme associated with it and everything.
Yeah, I just think people overlook it because it's about 2 gay cowboys, but it's like it's like one of the best love stories, and it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah,
and you got 2 actors.
I think he could be considered, if he was still alive, one of the greatest as well.
Heath Ledger
did. Yeah, he did freaking everything to the 10th level all the time.
I would also say Robert Pattinson too. He's like the next Heath Ledger. Like he was the teenage heartthrob. He got cast when Heath Ledger was cast as Joker. There was so much fucking backlash from that, and the same with Robert Pattinson as Batman. But everything Pattinson's been in. Ang Lee's best film is Lust. Caution. Ang Lee, what a weird director.
He's the gosh. I think there's 3 movies that he did back to back to back that are just like a whiplash. I can't remember what they are.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna sort by year. I'm gonna sort by year. So he did he did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Hulk, Brokeback Mountain, Lust and Caution. Just boom,
And then
boom, boom, boom.
Taking Woodstock, and then Life of Pi.
Yeah, what the fuck? And then he did Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk
And
and
then
Gemini
Gemini
Man.
Man.
What the fuck? How do you go from Crouching Tiger? Man, Crouching Tiger is such a good movie.
It is. I don't think it's the masterpiece that it was when it came out, but it's still really great.
What the fuck?
That's another one my wife hasn't seen.
Have you seen the sequel, Sword of Destiny?
No.
Terrible movie. It's got Donnie Yen and Michelle Yeoh though. Takashi Miike. Yeah, but he's got
a lot of duds.
He's got a lot of duds. It's just weird to see Ang Lee do Crouching Tiger, then the Hulk, and then a gay cowboy movie.
Yep.
And then a great romance movie. Taking Woodstock. I didn't even realize that was fucking Ang Lee. Holy shit.
And I got to be honest about Ang Lee. One of them, I mean, yes, there are those whiplash moments in his career. However, look at all the genres that he did great at. Really shows a lot for that.
Yeah, whoosh, whoosha film, a Marvel movie, romance, not documentary. What would you call taking a Woodstock? What is that?
It's a period piece essentially, but it's not the period piece in the classic sense.
The top review for Brokeback Mountain is: imagine wanting to kiss someone so bad that you literally almost break their fucking nose trying. It's like that one review for Nobody I sent you.
Yeah.
Someone on Letterboxd guys posted their review of Nobody, and it just says in the middle of the movie, my dad leaned over and whispered, "This is my Black Panther." Which is so fucking true. Hey, is Shin Godzilla any good? Great, man. Amazing movie. Might be one of the best Godzilla movies. Better than any of the...
Might be?
I think it is one of the best Godzilla movies.
That's what yeah.
Better than any of the American ones. Talk about... Have you made a list of the movies that came out this year that you've seen and ranked them?
Not ranked them, no. I mean, I've got everything that I've watched this year in Letterboxd.
I have 2021 ranked. This is going to be, there's only like 10-ish films. Wrath of Man, I think, is the most fun I've had watching a movie. Surprising. Didn't realize. Looking back, I'm like, it's just a slightly, but I had a lot of fun. Night in Paradise, Nobody, Pig, The Immortal, the movie from Gomorrah, Deliver Us from Evil, The Green Knight, which I think The Green Knight is the second best. I think Pig and Green Knight are like the best made movies. Wow. But it's just the fun factor for me.
That's crazy to hear Pig up there with The Green Knight, because The Green Knight was so great.
Pig is number 4 for me this year. Green Knight, Suicide Squad, Russian Raid, Dynasty Warriors, the movie. I actually liked that. I thought it was so stupid, but I liked it. The movie for Kingdom, Ashen of the North, Army of the Dead, Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. King Kong, Honest Thief with Liam Neeson, and Gunpowder Milkshake. Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, I still haven't added those because I don't know where to put those. Those last 2 movies. Have you seen those movies?
No.
You got 5 movies to watch, Ryan. They're all good. Get on it, dude.
And like 4 of them are not English language, so I can't watch them while I work.
I think all of them aren't.
Oh, is Goodnight Mommy? I thought it was in English.
Oh, I was talking about the Rurouni Kenshin movies.
Oh.
5 of them. You got 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th, and then the prequel. Just watch Paper Tigers, only just coming out here now. Was really pleasantly surprised. That's on Netflix, actually, here in the States. I've been really wanting to check that out. Holy fuck, it's been 2 hours. It's 11. Well, you want to wrap it up, Ryan? You got any final thoughts?
For anybody that wants to watch this week, Goodnight Mommy is what we're watching. It is available on Roku, Vudu, Tubi, and Pluto, all with ads.
Or
you do not have to buy it.
Or the Pirate Bay.
Please don't get it off the Pirate Bay.
I need Raging Fire badly too. I really, really want to see Donnie Yen do some awesome shit. That's not a fucking Ip Man movie. Still, I'm so excited for John Wick 4. Fucking Donnie Yen.
Flex, the answer is yes. The first one is not the only good one.
No, the first one is not the only. I think the first one is probably the second best one.
Ring Zero.
I do like Ring Zero a lot.
It's good set. Yeah. And the standard edition without the book, it's not that expensive. So way worth it.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week on my channel. I might put out a video. I might not. Probably not. Because I'm going to be busier than the fuck. We'll see you next week. We're watching Goodnight Mommy. So, yeah. Go subscribe to Ryan. Subscribe to me. Fanatical Dragon, we need to collab on a video, buddy. Eric, we still need to have you on. After next week, let's have Eric on and have him pick the movie.
Hell yeah. I'm down with that.
Which would be awesome. And then we could do the week after that, we can have Fanatical Dragon on, but he's in the UK, so he's 7 hours ahead of us. Go to bed. Good night, everybody.
See ya.